No, to be honest, not at all. I think we had it from the day dot when we recruited those guys in the off-season, the guys that brought in, and even Tariko. Obviously, there's always going to be question marks to the calibre of import you bring in, but the character has never been questioned at all, and I think we've seen it. Obviously, it's good to have a little bit of a resurgence from Clint. He's obviously playing phenomenal basketball in the last couple of weeks, but the body of work he puts in, he deserves that success.
But even without all of those guys still performing?
Yeah, mate. I mean, look, all those guys, I think maybe I'm the only guy that's not selected for a Boomers extended squad. So, yeah, and there's no doubt that that talent level and that depth is there, and it's a pleasing thing for us.
Trev spoke last night during the press conference and said that in situations like this, with last year's squad, it probably wouldn't have had the same success from a character point of view and being able to tough it out. When did you recognise the toughness mentally within the squad?
Well, I mean, playing against Mitch and Nick throughout my whole career, they're players that I've always admired and respected. So when we signed them, I knew they were going to buy into the club's systems and values. I mean, there's a strong culture behind the club. There's a proud tradition of winning multiple championships in 32 consecutive years of playoffs, and those guys bought into that. And so they've slotted in seamlessly, and from the get-go, I always say trainings are harder than the game because guys are busting their tails to try and perform at a high standard, and you're seeing us reap the rewards of that and over this past weekend.
How do you wait for this to pass? How do you rate Bryce Cotton's weekend?
Yeah, I mean, there's not a few things that surprised me, but yeah, he surprised me with his antics every single game. Another game winner, and coming into a bit of an injury cloud, I think we should rest him all the time because he was absolutely sensational. And we were joking last night. From his standards, he may have thought he had a poor game, but if that's a poor game, then that would be a career game for me. So I would love to beat Bryce on a bad day because he's still, simply outstanding.
Do you have a special feeling about this year?
It's still very early, and once if we play Sydney and Melbourne, and those teams are expected to be up there towards the back end of a season, then it'll be nice to test this out. But yeah, really positive signs, and obviously I think what I've loved most is obviously 3 injuries to some key personnel, and everyone stepped up, and they're definitely positive signs for this group.
From a leadership perspective, at what point over the weekend did you and Damo and the rest of the leadership group sit down and go, okay, how do we approach our mental focus towards how we handle this?
Yeah, there was no real actual designated sit-down time. It started on Friday. I mean, as soon as I knew I was starting, I sort of challenged myself to be ready and set the tone. And then once we knew Gus was out on Sunday, we sort of spoke about the group that I sort of love those challenges. Like, as much as we may have not seen as we're an underdog, but 3 starters out, it sort of tests the resolve of a group, and we've seen that in many of times that this sort of club will respond in a really positive manner. But as in terms of actually sitting down, no, we don't need to, and that, lucky enough for us, we don't need to. There's an expectation that if you're not playing well, but you're playing in the right way and right intensity and effort, the rewards will come, and that's exactly what happened.
So you're confident that sort of, it's easy to get up for one, but you're going to get up for multiples now. Is that the challenge for everyone? Yeah,
I mean, we knew those guys were going to be out, and I think maybe Gus will be out for a little considerable bit of time, but Trev's spoken about in media. I mean, there's injuries come and go during the season, and if you, as a player, you have to be ready. As a bench guy, you have to be going to do that. And lucky enough, I've been around the league for 9 years, and there's been times before I've started and you expect your call, and then the next week you may be only playing 5 minutes. That's just the way it goes. But in order for us to be successful, we've seen that all 11 guys have to, or now even Sunday coming in, have to be ready from the get-go, and that obviously shows how deep this team is, and in order to be successful in the NBL, you need that squad.
With that depth, would you say the belief's different this year to last year? This year?
Yeah, I would definitely say so, for sure. I think those challenging games are where, a few possessions here and there can decide a game. Ultimately, they've gone in our favour, and I think now we're seeing that. I mean, unfortunately last year, those close games that we generally lost. A double overtime winning against Melbourne, 3 key guys out against Illawarra, they're only going to build confidence in the group, and yeah, that's definitely huge for us.
And when did you find out you were getting the start on Friday?
Yeah, literally, Tariko sort of pulled up lame, and I thought, oh, there could be a chance here. And then Trev gave me a call, and as soon as I saw that, I was just driving the car and knew straight away there's a fair chance. So, yeah, got myself prepared for that.
What do you see as a successful game for you you going out of the ball there?
Well, I think ultimately Friday night was the best sort of, I guess, result for me. Come in instead of tone straight away. I mean, I can't get better to get a steal and one initially, and to, I guess, flex my muscles a little bit and to show some emotion, and that's what my game's about. And to set the tone, I thought we did that, and against Illawarra, just to start 8-0 and really set the tone again was huge. I mean, obviously not ideal getting a cut and leaving the game because of that, but I think, yeah, the effort was there from the get-go, and yeah, if I can set my tone and set that footprint on the game by that way, then it's huge.
Just any update on Angus Brown?
Yeah, well, really, I mean, I spoke to him yesterday. Good signs, a better diagnosis than what the Boomers injury was, which is huge for us. So I know the big fella's obviously a little bit disappointed, but he'll be back hopefully sooner than later.
Can you extrapolate on that? Does he know what the diagnosis is?
Oh, I think it's just a sprained ankle, but I mean, I'm no expert, so when I hear ligaments and all that sort of stuff, I sort of just know it's a sprained ankle.